Folks, what is going on now? This one is similar with racism and transphobia, meaning has lost all its meaning. Who on earth uses this term? Seriously, to all my viewers, who uses it? Let's get into this article from That Park Place. Looks like Alyssa Mercante is tying Smash JT to be a so-called alt-right and invoking spectre of Gamergate. Alyssa, what are you doing? Seriously, you know you're losing and you're out of a job if any employer who sees this, who sees your lawsuit, they don't want anything to do with it. It says we'll cover the main topics. I'm not going to cover all of it. Let's cover the main topic. Why the Second Amendment complaint matters. Alyssa Mercante did file it, and here's what it is. In this scenario, Alyssa Mercante has revised and expanded her lawsuit against Smash JT and attempting to patch weaknesses that Smash JT's attorney, Ron Coleman, free speech expert, targeted in the early filings. So what has Alyssa Mercante added or changed in her lawsuit? Okay, here's the breakdown. She has accusation of online harassment, stochastic terror. I don't know what this is, folks. What does this mean? Anybody knows? This alleges that Smash JT's critical online commentary indirectly encouraged negative action from his followers. Mercante argues, I'm gonna say Smash JT, okay? Mercante argues Smash JT deliberately provoked and tolerated followers' harassment, knowing it would harm her reputation and career. Okay, before we get to this, I did check on the internet to see whether or not it's possible to win a defamation, which usually it's hard because I know some of you who are watching this knows that it is difficult to even prove a defamatory. If any of you know any solution for defamation, please share it with the audience. I'm just reporting this. I don't know what Alyssa Mercante is trying to do. I wonder what kind of employee or employment is going to look at her lawsuit and like, wait, we can't hire her. And also, these wokies, the woke leftists, still pondering why they're in the content of, I don't know, Smash JT, Hypnotic, Will of the Fan, Atreus, who else? Endymion. Well, yeah, they are. See, here's the thing. If you woke idiots stop being so retarded or perhaps being a moron by attacking gamers, these people will not have made this video. They will not have put you in their video. These people, they have to be the ones to see all your comments in Twitter, all your stupid videos, pull them all together and combining it and share it with their audience. Look at it, how absolutely retarded or moronic it is in front of everyone to see. Look, it's not their fault. You woke leftists are the one who did it. It's true, and that's what really hurts. You do it to yourself. Now, Alyssa Mercante expand the defamation or allegations of defamation by adding greater detail around the specific statement that Smash JT made in his video. According to her, Smash JT deliberately misrepresent her as professional competence and personal characters, particularly attacking her credibility and integrity as a journalist. To be honest, the integrity and credibility of journalists has not been good since Gamergate 1. When's the last time any of you who are watching this trust a journalist? When's the last time? She criticized specific videos and direct quotes from Smash JT's video by criticizing her reporting or framing these criticisms as knowingly false statement rather than protected opinion. Mercante attempts to illustrate how these alleged falsehood directly impacted her employment, opportunities, and public reputation. In her updated complaint, Mercante explicitly, I can't even say this word, you know what, I'm just gonna say this. Mercante states that due to the sustained online backlash allegedly initiated by Smash JT's content, she eventually asked to resign from Kotaku as a senior editor. She argues that her employer cited the continual controversy and negative attention is detrimental to the brand, effectively forcing her out. Now you know, Alyssa Mercante. The detail was critical because it underscores Mercante's assertion and tangible professional damage directly resulting in Smash JT's action, an argument she hopes strengthened her defamation and emotional distress claim. However, proving that Smash JT's commentary specifically influenced Kotaku's decision-making rather than broader public reaction and internal company factors remains a significant challenge for Mercante's case. New angle added by Mercante involves allegedly regarding YouTube algorithm. She claims Smash JT knowingly exploited YouTube's monetization system, amplifying negative content about her specifically to increase his financial gain. What do you mean by that, Alyssa? I don't think he was exploiting anything. Look, I don't want to get into this whole YouTube tutorial or anything, but look, small creators are struggling right now. Now, I don't know why, because you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. there are many factors, but most importantly, the gaming let's play. People who do gaming content, they barely get any views. Well, unless of course if you are a woman, you can do that, but many people, they had to grind their way to the top. They had to figure out what is the best way to make a gaming channel without the generic let's play trap. Which is true, let's play is a trap, but for me, I knew that even gaming let's play, there's always a way. Whether it's gaming let's play or anything, there's always a way. You just have to find it. You have to go beyond it. Like for me, I'm doing more than just gaming let's play. I'm doing a challenge mode. I'm doing gaming let's play based on what is coming, such as upcoming movie, TV shows, or even video games. And right now, in the next video, I'm going to be making Fantastic Four. And I will use it, and I will use Fantastic Four the game as part of the game let's play. I will combine it and then combine my reaction. So let's see what else she has to say. Now we all know about this. Sweet Baby Ink detected. They run defense, but we all know it didn't work. And this number, which already less than 500,000, and I have to assume one of those followers have to be a developer. Now there's a lot of things. You guys can read it. Now, look, I'm not going to read everything. I'm going to state some good points, including this one. There should be a hole in all these cases. As we all know, there is difficulty of proving indirect harm. True. Remember, this is defamation. It's always difficult. And there is opinion versus fact distinction. Of course it is. Emotional distress require a high bar. There is monetization claim may lack legal precedent. Although I like to see how Alyssa is going to fight Ron Coleman. So here's a poll. Do you think Alyssa Mercante can beat Ron Coleman? They say he's a good lawyer, a better one. Tell me in the comments. Now, this is one thing I need to hammer home. Ideology, accusation may weaken the case. From a legal perspective, Mercante attempts to tie Smash JT to Gamergate 2 and the alt-right may weaken her case rather than strengthening it. Okay, let's see what it is. These labels are broad and political charge and often use more radical weapons than objective descriptors. Courts typically require specific and provable harm, not ideological disagreement or cultural commentary. The complaint does not establish that Smash JT coordinated any larger movement or that his criticism rose to the level of actionable harassment. Instead, his video largely fall under opinion-based commentary, which is protected by free speech under the First Amendment. Framing criticism as a part of alt-right campaign may resonate within activist circle, but it's unlikely to persuade the judge unless it's backed by hard evidence of targeted defamation, malicious intent, or coordinated abuse, which this filing still fails to deliver. Again, I'm gonna hammer home with something I learned from Ono Alex. Listen, if you woke idiots could stop being such a moron by, I don't know, attack gamers or attack game developers by threatening them, look, people would not make this content. Hypnotic would not have made it or make any video on you guys. Smash JT wouldn't make any video. Atreus wouldn't, or Cassie Cage wouldn't. It's not their fault. You woke leftists did it to yourself. It's true, and that's what really happens. You do it to yourself. It'll be interesting to see what will happen next. Though I don't believe Alyssa Mercante is going to win, but I mean, who's gonna fund her cause or her lawsuit at this point? I'd be surprised she got any funds, since of course legal fees are expensive. Let's hope for the best, folks. Pray that Smash GT can win this.
Listen, son, I'm sorry about your brother. We got a damn tough job done, and most of us made it out alive. He was a good Marine. You can't ask for more than that.
Leave a like and subscribe if you want gaming news, gaming theories, or you just want to see me play games, or perhaps you like trending topics. Visit my first, third, and fourth channel up here or link in the description.